Welcome to Can Angels Fly, Tarot and More. My name is Nancy, and I'm here to consult the tarot cards to see what they say is in store for spring of 2021. Hello, all. At this time, I'm not going to say this. At this time, I'm going to just consult the tarot cards, and it's not for any specific zodiac sign until the card suggests that it is. Right now, I'm just seeking a general message. Or whatever the cards have to say. So if they come out speaking to a particular zodiac sign, of course I'll say that, but I have to wait for the cards to see if the cards reveal. Hopefully you can hear me and see me clearly. If you cannot, please let me know. Okay. The first card is the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands suggests that they're going to spend some time, considerable amount of time on each card. The Five of Wands represents scattered energy. It also represents competition amongst those in close proximity to each other. So it can be competition or competitiveness within a home, within a community, or within a workspace. And due to that, due to the competitive energy and behaviors, the energy is being scattered or misused. That is to say, it's not being directed on a particular aim, passion, and or desire in this early spring period. The Five of Wands points to each individual that is involved in this competition and how they are actively emotionally energized. Let me try to say that a different way because I'm kind of channeling a little bit. Um, each person has their own emotional disposition or state. They feel some type of way after what? Their own unique life experiences. And so in early spring, this period, um, those unique individualized feelings are compelling each of the people to, you know, pursue their own personal aims or interests and or desires. And they really don't care about nobody else. Another thing about the Five of Wands is that, well, the five itself corresponds to the fifth house of Leo. And the fifth house of Leo is over creative energy. And so this high competitive market or this uh, circle of competition where everybody's after their own interest or aim is like, forgive me, I feel like I'm channeling. So I'm just, I apologize for the background sounds. I have no control over them. So I'm kind of channeling. So I just say what comes to my mind when I see the card, and then I try to make it make sense. So um, some people thrive during competition. Competition can really reveal those that are very ambitiously strong and or very cutthroat, and it also on the opposite end of the spectrum reveals those that aren't as competitive or kind of weak. And so uh, the number five corresponds to um, just how ambitious a person is and self motivated they are, how persuasive they are. And so, what am I talking about? I'm talking about this social, like competitive circle. Again, the social competitive, the circle could be within the home amongst siblings. It could be competition between significant others. It could be competition between people in the community, you know. Um, community or a competition in the workplace. Those are just examples of platforms this competition can take place in. Of course, the actual platform or place that this competition takes place for each of you is different, and it is based on your own unique life experience. Life details. Anywho, back to this number five. This number five also talks about and points to each individual that is a part of the competition, value set, um, and what they love and what their interest is. And it also talks about uh, each person's reality, the detail of it. How can I say this? Remember, all of the people that's a part of the competition are within close proximity to each other, either like spouses or siblings or people in the community or the workspace. So they're in close proximity to each other. But even though all of these people share the same environment because they're in close proximity to each other, they still each have their own individualized likes, and certain people likes. How can I give you an example? Just an example. Let's say hypothetically, case scenario, the competition is taking place in a community. It could be like five different people within a community competing. One person is trimming a grass because that's what they favor. They think grass makes the house look better. Another neighbor might be into making flowers, beds of flowers. They may feel like that makes the environment look better, but they're in competition with each other, just kind of going about it a different way. And the different way is based on what they like or their interests, those kind of things. Okay. Um, so the Five of Wands talks about scattered, again, energy. Why? As a direct result of some type of small social circle competition taking place. Okay. The next card is the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles represents a person's belief system. It is their highest awareness and comprehension about their reality. You know, it's like what you pay attention to, what you're aware of, how intellectual you are about it, how aware are you or knowledgeable are you about an aspect in your world. And the Nine of Pentacles talks about how that's an area of possible competition for some circles, or one of the things that a person may favor over anything is awareness and being smart and being really be able to understand or overstand their reality, where another person may value being cordial and neighborly. I'm still going back and will continue to go back to the example I offered of a community is a competition taking place in a community. I gave you an example of how each member in a community, in a neighborhood or on a block could be competing with each other. One cutting the grass one way or cutting the grass another way, adding a little trimming, or somebody likes flowers. They're in this competition. And one person may be more consciously aware of like what what it takes to like plant flowers and get them to grow and get them to bloom and be absolutely beautiful. Another member on the block or neighbor may be more proud of, and this is just an example. Again, the details to how this manifests in your life is unique to you and your life details, the details that create your reality. Anywho, another neighbor could be interested in camaraderie and being neighborly and, baking cookies and taking it to the neighbor's house and things like that. And that's what they value. How can I say? Remember, they're in close proximity to each other. Keep it with my example. They live within the same community or in the same neighborhood or on the same block, and so some people are interested in, again, knowing exactly what it takes to have the most beautiful bed of flowers to beautify the neighborhood, and that is what they do. And then another neighbor may again be that cordial social butterfly that takes neighbors cookies and things like that and socialize and maybe keep up a little gossip. That's how they compete to be like the best neighbor, or the best neighbor to enhance the environment. I might need to offer you another example because most people don't have the Stefford housewife lifestyle, but ride the wave with me if you will. Another way that a person, keeping with my example, is that they could be very family oriented. Very family oriented, and the family gets together and they work together, and they may have a cookout or something like that with light music, and the family is all well dressed, those kind of things, playing cards, and so it's just how each of the people that's in this competition, like in that case, like live their best lives or to be have an ideal lifestyle, And again, that's just one example. I'll try to offer you another example. Another example is like relative or could take place in the work environment. How could the various employees be competitive? Well, one person may be interested in customer service, the best customer service ever. And it's this kind of competition where one employee is running around going after the best employee. They're all going after the best employee or the month award, but one is going after it by doing what? Trying to offer the best customer service ever. Where another employee may be going after best employee of the month by doing what? Keeping organization and cleanliness throughout the store. So, everybody praising them for it. Another employee may be, I don't know, knowledgeable about the pricing and can take you down any aisle, send you wherever, and you won't get lost. You go down when they instruct you. When a customer comes to this example employee and asks for an item, that employee knows exactly where that item is and can send the customer there, knows the price and everything. The customer is fully satisfied. So those are just some examples of the type of competition that's taking place in early spring for us all. The next card is the Magician card, and it's in reverse. Wasn't expecting it. Why wasn't I expecting the Magician card in reverse to come up at this point in time? Because we're talking about people that's highly competitive, and they're going about trying to make the best impression in different ways. Then we have the Magician come up in reverse, which talks about someone not having the abilities, the capabilities, the know-how, or the expertise to manipulate circumstances or situations in their favor. What, in this case, would a person be manipulating or attempting to manipulate in their favor? The outcome of the competition. They can't even manipulate the competition. The outcome of the competition. They can't manipulate it. Now, how can we look at this further with the Magician in reverse? Is the Magician in reverse card saying it's like a fair competition? There's nothing extra a person can do to, lean the outcome in their favor? Or is it saying none of the people really have the answer to, like the spur that would spurs the competition, like having the perfect ideal community or lifestyle? That's the first example. Or being the employee of the month, the source of the competition, saying that people just don't have it. The people, the competitors, the participants in this competition just don't have it. None of them have it. They don't have an answer to the source of which spurs the competition. And why is that? Well, it probably plays back into the Five of Wands, which talks about, remember, scattered energy. Everybody's doing it for their own selfish gain, but not for a common cause or theme. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's see. The next card is the Page of Pentacles. Hopefully you can see it, and hopefully you can hear me. The Page of Pentacles is in reverse. So what is the Page of Pentacles talking about? Well, the Page of Pentacles is a young, inexperienced energy with the pentacle, not really knowing how to build, create, sustain, or maintain something in the physical world. So what might be the object being built, created, or sustained in this physical world? Well, I got to go back to my examples. When I was talking about the community and everybody in competition to create the ideal lifestyle. These people, again, as mentioned in both examples, whether it's within the community or within the work environment, again, they are all, each participant in this competition are after their own self-interest and not building camaraderie. Do you get what I'm saying? They're not working together to build up the best community for all involved. All that resides there. No, it is to like, it's keeping up with the Joneses, with the first example. Keeping up with the Joneses is not a common or shared um, goal there. So they're immature, and the immaturity of the page talks about their immaturity as far as their selfishness and not having any idea that they're really not working for something that's more humane or unifying overall and therefore long lasting. It's this old saying about you could take one twig and you can break it. But if you take the twigs and bind them up, you can't break them. So it's like that. That's the kind of energy I'm seeing for early spring for all of us. The other thing about this Page of Pentacles in reverse is when it comes to the work scenario, is that what? All of the participants in the competition, all the employees going after the Employee of the Month award and the little benefits that come with it. They're all after what? On their own selfish aims. They want the Employee of the Month award as an example and the benefit that come with it. But that's the immature way. That's a single twig. It can be broken. Meaning once they get the reward or the benefit, then their work ethic falls. Everybody work ethic falls. Once they, like the other employees, don't get the award or don't win that competition, the work ethic falls. Once the person does win or get the benefits, then the work ethic falls. That's the one twig it breaks. But so that's the immaturity represented by the Page of Pentacles in reverse. What are you truly building? Little community or a small network? What are you building? Anywho, as far as still referring to the second example of the employees working for their own selfish aims, what could they possibly be working for? Maybe because they really love what they work for, and maybe they themselves enjoy where they work. I'm gonna give you an example, like at Costco's. Maybe they love Costco's and they want Costco's to be the best store. And they want whenever people come in to really enjoy it. Because when they themselves go into Costco, they want to enjoy it. And so they just really want to build up a very powerful, notable establishment, that kind of thing. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about spring and what it's going to bring. What kind of new beginnings is it bringing? Well, it seems like it's bringing in high levels of competition within a small social circle that we frequent. That small social circle could be within a home. It could be between significant others. It could be between siblings. It could be between neighbors and people in the community, or it could be within the work environment or any other small social circle that exists. And everybody's just really selfish and in pursuit of their own interests. And overall, the society is not getting anywhere. It's not getting stronger, is what the tarot cards are saying. You have to work, the cards are suggesting that you have to work together on a common cause or have a shared mission in order to really unify the community. Interesting reading. Let's see. Next card, the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is a representative of our air signs. Our air signs are what? Geminis, Libras, and Aquariuses. Not only is the Queen of Swords a representative of our air signs, this card is also a representative of people that are pretty skillful at socializing and communicating and gathering up information and in order to formulate some facts so that they can make some sound judgments in their life. The Queen of Swords herself is highly receptive, meaning she pays attention to everything that's taking place around her. And that's how she gathers up her information so that she can formulate a truth so that she can do make some sound decisions or judgments. Okay. The next card is the Ace of Cups. I do believe the story has changed. So the first row talked about the competition. I believe we're going into another storyline. So we start with the Queen of Swords, and now we're moving into the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups is in reverse. The Ace of Cups is suggesting that it's spring, early spring, a time period of what? New beginnings. There are, how can I say this? I need to be able to look at it from a different perspective. Because what I'm trying to say is the queen knows. She has paid attention. She's taken all the notes. She's gathered all the information that she needs to make sound decision. And the sound decision that this is general reading, so this is for he and she, the sound decision that she is making is that she is not, or he's not, going to attach to something that wants to attach to him or her. Example, like an ex coming back. The Queen of Swords said, I got enough information. I got enough experience. I already know. So I'm not going to attach to that other. And I use the ex or other as an example. This is a general reading. So this Ace of Cups could represent any aspect or facet of life, feature of life, whether it's an ex, an old job. It's something that's old, outdated, and then ran its course. And now it seems to want to come back into a person's life. But you already know. In early spring, you already know. The next card, I like it, is the Three of Wands. As the Three of Wands represents your immediate environment, the place that you find yourself actively sitting in early spring, whether it's within yourself, at home, wherever you are, just doing you. But you're not interested in connecting to that old, wore out, whatever it is. You don't want it. You don't want the ex. You don't want the old job. You don't want something that's being offered to you or pushed, like being pushed on you. You already know too much about it. And so you say, no, nay, I don't want it. But the Three of Wands say, oh, I am standing in wait. I'm anticipating something coming in while I'm actively doing me in my immediate environments, flowing through the various small social circles I flow through. You have, again, you're anticipating something coming into you. That suggests then that you have planned, or like, let me use the example of an ex. Whatever may have transpired with some people relative to a relationship, and the relationship broke. Over the course of that relationship, you learned a lot about that ex. And what you learned was something that wasn't beneficial to you. So the relationship dissolves. This time period in spring comes, and they want to come back. And you say, no. I've learned enough. I know all about you now. I'm not interested. But during that whole phase of, the breakup and the healing and getting back on your feet, you were actually living your best life. You were doing you. And you know that you've been working steadfast on something new to come into your life. Something that's interesting to you, something that inspires you, and something that motivates you. And I remember hearing, what was this old saying? I don't remember exactly how it goes, but it says sometimes you got to let go of something that's old and wore out and ain't serving you in order to make space for something new. That's what these cards are saying. You got to make space for something new because you know there's something that's old and worn out. Even though that space, once you got rid of it initially, has not yet been filled, you are aware that which once was cannot satisfy that void or space. You've been working on something new. So anyway, you've made room for something new, and you're anticipating it coming in early spring. Okay. The next card is the Fool card in reverse. This is a little scary to me because the Fool card in reverse talks about, you're youthful, you're young, you're enthusiastic. Yay. I know I got something special coming in, something that inspires me, that I'm motivated about, I'm passionate about, and it's coming in. but I've never walked this path before. I've never had this very specific experience, that I've been working toward. I haven't had it. So I really don't know about it. So the food card talks about that it's new and that it's truly an adventure and that you don't know what is going to be the end, or even the experience. You don't even know what the sum of the experience is going to be. So it's a little scary. You know what I'm saying? A little scary. How could this look in reality? Let me go back, use the example again. Maybe you're a person and you had, was in a relationship that went south. You learned about them, you let them go, y'all split up, whatever. Spring, they ready to come back. You say, no, 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 no. I know you ain't worth taking back. I'm expecting something new. Maybe you've been dating somebody new. Maybe someone has showed an interest in you. And you're expecting that I don't call it a relationship with this example, but it's somebody that has maybe you've been out for a few drinks or out, eating, or it's just had some promise, some potential, and you are learning about this new person. You don't know very much about them, the food card in reverse, and you don't really even know where the relationship gonna go or if a full relationship will blossom. You don't know, but you do know it has potential and it feels good and you're passionate about it. So what am I saying? I'm saying in the early spring, there are many of us that's going to have this type of scenario play out in our life. Does it have to be in relationships? The answer is no. It could be in work. Maybe you had a job and you let it go. You learned that wasn't the job for you. Why? Maybe you were stuck and couldn't advance. There was no promotion or no what do you call it? Opportunity advancement or whatever it's called. And you've been putting in applications and you's like, I want this particular job. You put an application in because you get paid more, you got more benefits, and maybe it come with extra benefits due to the circumstance and situation we find ourselves in, and you're excited. You can't wait for them to call you in or call you for a first interview or a second interview. So you wait and anticipate having the opportunity to begin this new job. You ain't going back to the other one. No, you were stuck. No advancement, no more benefits or privileges. It was just nothing, And the food card says, okay, now this job you're anticipating, you've been waiting for. Hello, how you doing, Agent Nicole? You've never worked in this line, possibly, or with this corporation or company or something. So you don't know a whole lot about how your experience is going to be with this new company. But either way, you're enthusiastic and you're ready. You're ready for something new in early spring. The next card is the Four of Wands, and I like this Four of Wands energy because the Four of Wands energy suggests that what ends up transpiring at the end of the scenario I just offered you about this new opportunity and not going back to the old is that your emotional state is energetically balanced. You feel good. You're going through a good time. So that suggests to me that you very well will get the job, or you will, if it's in like relationships, you will get very close. You get very close and intimate. And it will be good. It'll be good. It'll feel good, with the Four of Wands. Now, girl, I can't see without my glasses. You say, hey, Fancy Nancy, that's me. Not able to comment much because I usually watch on my Fire Stick, but I snatched my phone up real quick tonight. And well, I'm happy you did. I'm so happy you did. How are you doing, Miss Asia Nicole? And a Fire Stick, it's like the smart TV. The Fire Stick is something like the smart TV, so you can't do all of communicating. I get it. I'm a little technically slow, but I get it eventually. I will get it. Oh, I hope this thing. Oh, my technology is not about to mess up. Please don't. While I'm talking about it. Okay, y'all. I'm going to move these cards up just a little bit. Okay, let's see what the next card is. Let's see if it continues to talk about what is already on the table, or does it share another storyline? Yeah, okay, and yes, that's what it is. It is. I'm learning. I'm learning a little bit at a time. Hopefully, I can buy me some new technology soon. I'm gonna try to get big and bad. Have me a big screen TV with a remote control. It's gonna be on. It's gonna be on and popping with a surround sound stereo system. It's gonna be on and popping. Okay, now next we have the Six of Wands. The six. Oh, my throat, so dry. Forgive me. The Six of Wands possibly is starting another storyline. We'll see in just a moment. The Six of Swords represents your day-to-day routine and all you got to do to, satisfy the demands of what life, man, and of God. And what hope you can free up some time for yourself to do what you want to do. The swords itself talk about the people that you have to deal with. Okay, well, you might have to go to the cleaners. It's the people at the cleaners that you got to deal with. You might have to go to work. It's the boss and the co-workers you got to deal with. This Six of Wands talks about walking away from the person at the cleaners or the co-worker or the boss for some reason. Let's see. They done got on your nerves. They done getting on your nerves. Why do I say it? The next card is the Ten of Swords. They're going to get on your nerves. And so what am I talking about? Let me try to slow down so I can get you and try to explain. What am I talking about? I'm talking about this period we call spring. What's going to happen? What's some of the storylines that the tarot cards suggest will manifest for us? First, we're in a highly competitive time period. This one. The other is not going back to something old, and you've been preparing for something new. Now, it's talking about while you trying to deal with your day-to-day, agenda, that you're going to have to walk away from somebody. Have you ever been out and about, maybe, again, going to the dry cleaners or the local store or grocery store, and it's like the devil jump into people. People become rude. They cut in front of you in line, and an argument ensues like that. Or they step on your toes or bump into you, don't say excuse you, and when you call it to their attention, they get on the defense and an argument ensues like that. So it's a situation or a circumstance that may unfold very well for many of us in the spring period. That somebody step on our toes, bump into us, and just rude. And when we call it to their attention, they become vicious and an argument ensues. That's what the Six of Swords is talking about, followed by the Ten of Swords, which talks about something that like attacks your ego, your sense of self-worth and personal power. Do you push back in early spring? I think for many, it's not even worth it. Worth pushing back, but it does have an effect. Let me try to explain what I'm saying. Let's say, hypothetically, case scenario, you go to the grocery store and a person bumps into the back of your heel with the buggy. We all know that hurts. And they don't even have the decency to say, excuse me, or I'm sorry. You turn around and say, oh, could you push move your buggy back? You just bumped me. Because we think, hey, maybe they don't know it. Maybe they didn't notice it. Even though we know we got a heck of a thump. And they get attitude. And they start cussing you or calling you out your name or whatever the case may be, just diverting responsibility or unwilling to be humble and just apologize, right? Now, it depends on how patient of a person you are. People are different. We have some people that are very mild and don't want conflict. And they may very well be able to walk away from that conflict and even stomach the impact it has upon their ego. That's their norm. But then there's other people on the opposite end of the spectrum. If that type of scenario plays out, they are hot-tempered and aggressive and will be ready to battle and argue back with that person, and they can get into a brawl or a fight or something worse. Anywho, but in this period of spring I'm talking about, many people, although even if they are on the extreme level of being responding to a scenario like that and being aggressive and ready to fight, that type of person is going to just humble themselves and say it ain't even worth it and turn and walk away. Now, for that type of person, their ego is going to be affected. Like, how can I say it? When a person has that kind of personality, it eats away at them for them not to respond. And so I see that there's a percentage of y'all that's going to be battling with your own ego. Like, I should have slapped the tarnish off they, I kick them up there or key their car, you know what I'm saying? But a person's going to do battle with them. But in short, what am I saying? You're going to walk away. Either or, the person that doesn't like conflict is going to walk away. Take a deep breath and take that L, take that loss. And even the aggressive person is going to say, oh, it's just not worth it. Even and walk away, take the L and walk away. But it's the impact it's having upon a person's personal sense of power and self-worth and things like that. The next card is the Queen of Wands. I like it. Because the Queen of Wands is a representation of royalty. You're taking a higher road. I like this. You're taking a higher road. I'm not going to jump the gun. Just read the cards. I'm ready to jump the gun and really start channeling. But I like the Queen of Wands. Again, this is a general reading so this Queen of Wands is representative of both male and female, but it talks about a person that's highly receptive to what is occurring to them. They're actively engaged. They're actively involved, meaning that person that's prone to aggression and anger and retaliation could go off, but they don't. They're in total control. They realize the scenario and the situation they find themselves in and all the possibilities that can take place. But they humble themselves. They take the L, they walk away. The Queen of Wands is a representative of our fire signs. Our fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. These are our people and our energy of being royal. Royal, R-O-Y-A-L, royal. They're very regal. Aries, remember, they are prone to aggression, violence, and wanting to control the situation, fighting, war. But this time, this is like leadership. It's like leadership. Again, taking an L, humbling oneself, dealing with one's own ego. Oh, I get it. Dealing with one's own ego and walking away. It ain't even worth it. Leo, woo. Leo can be hot and fiery and angry too, aggressive and ready to fight, cuss you out, belittle you and everything. But when this scenario plays out, Leo's going to take the high road. And that Leo energy is going to take the high road. And it's going to be just as, again, regal. Like, oh, it's not even worth it. You're below me. But very nicely. So I really see it. And then Sagittarius, it's the higher mindset. Like, the person that hit the, what do they call it? The heel, the Achilles heel with the buggy, dumped it real hard and didn't say sorry. The Sagittarius energy says, oh, you're such a petty person. They're not going to say this. You're not going to say this. But in your mind, the way you're going to process the whole scenario is that's a very petty person. And today, I'm going to be the bigger person. And I'm going to walk away. Because I, as Sagittarius, using that energy, I see the bigger picture. I see that when I say we, I'm talking about people in humanity during this time period, are really highly frustrated, prone to be very, very, very volatile, aggressive, and the whole thing is that it can just really go south. And it's just this higher awareness and consciousness that you will execute during this spring period and walk away. Very, very regal, very, very mature. I love it. Whew. Tower card. Hallelujah. In reverse. You say, what? He says, yes, my Leo moon and Venus and my Sag rising. Oh, this fits you. Stay calm. I had to walk away from what would have been a huge, what's this? D, I don't know what that is. I read division, but okay, I get it. In Target today, shaking my head. The cards just don't lie, and I do that. Oh, cards just don't lie. Ooh, I pray for my strength. I pray for my strength in this here. Ooh, I pray for my strength. I believe the cards. I believe. I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna take the hill. Ooh, Lord, I'm gonna try. This Tower card. Asia, you're throwing me off. This Tower card has come in, and it's come in the reverse. So it's saying, okay, when this scenario unfolds in your life, where somebody bumps your Achilles heel, thumps it, and is rude and does not say apologize, and you could get aggressive. You're justified in being aggressive or vengeful. You don't. You humble yourself. You take the L. You walk away regally for a reason, for a purpose. You're conscious. You're taking a higher road. The whole point is you're not kicking that person's butt. Like you said, you about to get down on target. You ain't gonna kick their butt. But that's okay, because this Tower card that came in reverse says that there is a unexpected, unanticipated situation or scenario that's going to unfold on that malevolent Achilles heel thumping person's life. The Tower card is going to occur. And I pointed out because Tower card is in reverse saying you don't start this. Well, you don't start anyway, but you don't take vengeance. You don't do it. You don't trigger the whole fiasco. You don't trigger nothing at all. You walk away. But and it's great. It's like, how do I say it? Sometimes you don't have to do it yourself. Spirit takes care of it. Spirit has a plan to take care of these type of people in spring. Walk away. Walk away. They already scheduled for something. Ooh, that's scary. Do you pray for those type? When you know and they don't? Ooh-wee. Okay. The next card. Will this card continue to talk about what is already on the table? What has already been presented on the table is a report that in spring, the spring period, is going to be highly competitive. Also, that something from the past may come back and you will refuse to indulge it. And then the next is having to walk away from a potentially volatile scenario and letting spirit take care of the source of that potentially volatile scenario. Okay. The High Priestess is next, and she's in reverse. The High Priestess in reverse points to or sends us to hidden clues, hidden information. You call it just hidden clues, information. Because what? The High Priestess is the keeper of all secrets. But her cloak is closed, saying, I'm not going to tell you what is about to occur. You just have to go ahead and trust in life, walk by faith. And when the time comes, if you have discernment, you will be able to identify the vital information that is a part of your experience. Oh, that makes sense. We'll see. Looks like it's moving on to something new. The next card is the Four of Swords in reverse, pointing back to the Three of Swords. Now, this Four of Swords pointing back to the Three of Swords takes us to our most intimate environment, are that which is in close proximity to us. The the very small circles that we frequent. You know, when I talk about the very small social circles that we frequent, it could consist of siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, people from the neighborhood and or community. And the dynamics to how all the participants participate, you know, behaviors, how you conversate, gossip, all those kind of things, all those kind of factors. It's saying that with the Four of Swords, it talks about each person's inner emotional state determines how they communicate with those others involved, how they interact with them, how they behave with them. And so that's very specific to each individual. I'm gonna try to say it a different way because I'm kind of channeling, meaning it. I'm just saying whatever comes to mind when I see the card. What am I saying? I'm saying each person already feels some type of way. That came up in the very first scenario when it was talking about the competitive environment. So every person already feels some type of way. And because you feel some type of way, nobody can see your feelings. They can't see if you have disdain or if you are discontent or if you're happy or if you're sad or if you're depressed. They don't know that until you show it to them. And remember, the High Priestess came in reverse. It's hidden. Since the High Priestess had come in reverse and say it's hidden, what's hidden? From your perspective, the other's emotions are hidden. Like me, from my perspective, I don't know your emotions and your feelings before you engage me. I don't know that. You know, I don't know where you're coming from until you engage me. Right? Okay. Same thing. Just coming from your perspective. And saying that with the Four of Swords saying, okay, a lot of how people are feeling during this period, spring period, is something that they themselves have not even dealt with or maybe fully aware of. They haven't sat with it, how they feel. They haven't pondered. They haven't meditated. They haven't prayed, supplicated, or did nothing. They ain't in tune with their own self. But nevertheless, they feel some type of way. But that's interesting. Going back to the High Priestess in reverse again, not even the person themselves have taken the time to really understand where they are emotionally. And then you go out and interact with people. So let me give you an example, or I ask you a question. Have you ever known somebody that has the audacity to go and socialize with people, like go to a party or something, and they just got the funkiest attitude? You know, their behavior is hideous, their attitude is funky. Well, when they was at home, their attitude was funky and their behavior was funky. But they didn't sit with it. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get in tune with themselves to be able to say, let me kind of keep this in check. Or let me try to get myself together before I go out. No, they come on out with that funky old attitude and the funky disposition, and they nitpick with everybody. You know, nitpick with everybody. So what am I saying? I'm saying this High Priestess is saying you don't know a person's I'll say start an emotional state. When I say start, I'm saying when they start or initiate socializing with you, you don't know it until they show you. And it's crazy because the people don't even know it. Most people that you're going to be engaging during the springtime don't even know how they feel. They ain't in tune. They ain't too time to sit with themselves. They just bringing it to the party. They bringing it to the grocery store. They bringing it into the community for the competition. The competitive energy. They bringing it. Was this one? They bringing it to the grocery store, running into your Achilles heel. They bringing it into the neighborhood, and the community, or the workplace. And then the other the other scenario storyline is like the example, the ex trying to bring it back to you once again. But for that one, you already said no. You already said no. I get it. The next card is the Knight of Wands, and it's in reverse. The Knight of Wands, oh wow, I like this. The Knight of Wands is usually a warrior who goes out to campaign and to fight for something that they are passionate about. They that a cause that they want to stand for or uphold. But with the Knight of Wands in reverse, saying, I don't even want to fight. Well, we're at all. I don't want to fight. So once again, the cards are coming back, and it's referring to all of the various scenarios that have been offered thus far. Remember, the first one is this highly competitive circle of people, whether it's within the community and everybody going about showing they living their best lives in their own unique way, and everybody after their selfish aim, or in the workplace where everybody's after the Employee of the Month award, very selfishly, no common goal. Well, it's saying, okay, where each of these people are coming from, you don't know their emotional starting point. You don't know it until they interact with you. The cards are revealing that some folk going to be real nasty this spring, real nasty. And it's going to be a percentage of the population, I'll say a large percentage of the population is going to be nasty, disrespectful. They're going to be avoidant of accepting personal responsibility. They're going to be projecting and different things like that. But then it's this other portion, I'll say portion, because it's a smaller portion of the population that are more aware of what needs to be at this time. And when I say more aware of what needs to be at the time, it's about needing to be more calm, forgiving, compassionate, more thoughtful, more present, more thoughtful, because it almost seems like there's a percentage of the population that understands that we are in a time period of a volatile energy. Like there's some volatile energy, and I don't feel like the volatile energy is everywhere. It almost seems like I'm seeing that people can walk into would it be areas, like an area, like spirit standing in an area, like a box, and you can just walk into it and poof, something can blow up. But there's a percentage of the population that is aware of these phantom spaces in which malevolent entities are ready to spark, violence or aggression or negativity. And you're so superior. This percentage of the population is so superior. They're superior on a spiritual level, intellectual level, and they just are aware of what society needs during this time period, and will respond accordingly. And it's great because what the Tower card reverse shows that the source has a scheduled I'll say this. It's a scripture in the Bible that goes something like this. Vengeance is the Lord's, says the Lord, or something like that. It's scheduled, And so it's like a lot of people will miss trouble, imprisonment, or even death because of this higher awareness, this consciousness about just being a better human being or something like that. And how do I say it? And like the last card is the Knight of Wands in reverse. And so it's like, even though this percentage of the population I'm talking about has the tendency, being under the human condition, to be vengeful or combative. You don't do it because you don't want to. And it's like the high priestess is saying, you become more and more aware of these volatile spaces, or volatile, like these potential volatile moments, like they unanticipated, they unexpected, they unplanned, they come out of nowhere. And we become more and more aware because, like, for instance, let's say, people's spirits are jumping out at you like that. Like how can I say? Remember, I say everybody initially starts their interaction with you already feeling some type of way, but you can't see it until they interact with you. And so every time you interact with a person and you discern they spirit foul, it's like you becoming more and more aware, like these people are possessed. That's like that. Like, people possessed. Let me just walk over here, or go over there. Or you want to argue, that's okay. It's like you're picking up or sensing something, and that's what the high priestess is talking about. So what am I seeing? I'm seeing that there are, again, this percentage of the population, those more enlightened, I'll say, more aware, more discerning, more spiritually evolved. The high priestess says, I'm not going to tell you the secret. I'm not going to tell you the mystery that's hidden. If you on that level, you will figure it out. You're going to discern it. And so, what I'm trying to say, it almost seems like it's like a test to this percentage of the population. It's like something like a test, but then it ain't no test. It ain't no plaything. It's real. Either you are discerning, or either you're spiritually evolved and you will understand and discern, or you are not. Either you are or you aren't. Either you are enlightened or you're not. So that's what I'm saying. It's not really a test. It's like either you are or you're not. And you're going to figure that out during this spring period. Deep. Never know what you're going to get with these tarot cards. Your OMG facts, energy is going to be heavy. That's what it seemed like. Say, yes, Nancy, I see it and I feel it. And as a matter of fact, it's really, really deep, much deeper. I'm going to email you. Okay, I'll wait the email. Energy is going to be heavy. Gotta put on armor for real. The full armor of God on. OMG, yes. Well, I guess I'll consult the cards at least one last time. Why? Because I get intrigued after I read the cards and, different messages come out. I just be wanting to know more. I will honestly say that my studies, whether it's tarot or astrology, has really aided me in my life. That's no lie. It has helped me get over heartbreak. It has helped me avoid hardship, disaster. I will give it up to the tarot and astrology. And I know a lot of people don't believe in it or think it is satanic or demonic, but I do not. It's been very, very helpful. And if I feel like it really just helps me to focus. It helps me to meditate. It's like a meditation. Meditation help me organize my thoughts, to think on that which is most important. It helps me prioritize by pulling up that which is more important, most important for a particular time period. So I really appreciate the tarot, the energies. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me see. Oh, they're going by 4. I'm moving the cards up, y'all. Most of them have gone up by 4. Gone up by 4. Except for 1 is 5. Okay, let's see. The next card is the 6 of Cups in reverse, pointing back to the 5 of Cups. I'm going to put the deck of cards down now because I really want to focus on the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups talks about, remember, it's your day-to-day routine and all that you have to do to satisfy the demands of life and the man of God, hoping you can free up some time for yourself. All right? But it's in reverse, pointing back to the Five of Cups. Being stuck in the past. Worried, sad, suffering from sorrow, trying to cope with a spilt milk, a old an old scenario that's been played out, and just not being able to let it go. It's like it's a part of your everyday routine. You can't even move on. You can't even move on. Now I gotta stop and I gotta look back up at the earlier scenario where the cards say, "Hey, somebody might have something coming from the past, and you don't even want to deal with it." You say, "Nope," you're expecting something else. So now, based on this Six of Cups falling out in reverse, I think I'm talking to the opposite end of the spectrum. Is one that said, "I've been there, done that, ain't going back. I'm expecting something new, and I'm ready to move on. I want to be happy." And that's what they going to get. The other end of the spectrum is this person that still holding on to the past. Every day, as you move forward in life and move to satisfy the demands of life, man, and of God, trying to free up some time for yourself, you're still holding on to something from the past that obviously did not serve you well or could not continue to serve you and serve you well. Let's see. The next card is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is about making a choice. You have a choice this spring period. You can either stay in that rut and in that state of being, of holding on to the past, or you can turn and you can do what this other energy is saying is offered in this spring. You can say no more. You can say no more. You're not going to deal with it. You're going to move forward. You're going to establish a new aim, passion, or desire and move forward on it with full faith, knowing that whatever you need, going to be there along the way. Okay? You have a choice in spring. So you know right now is a time you can break free with the Six of Cups in reverse. You can break free. You ain't got to hold on no more. I like that. You can break free. Break free. Break free. Look, the next card is the Nine of Cups in reverse, pointing back to the Eight of Cups. This is my last. Whenever this is over, I'm done because I'm about to start crying. So I'm going to let it go. Why? Because let me talk about this Nine of Cups. This Nine of Cups talks about what you wish. This is what you really believe for your life. Do you really believe that you are worthy to be loved? If so, let go of that old lover, that old ex, that abusive joker or ensnaring kitty cat. Let it go. You know what I'm saying? Let it go. It says if you really believe that you are worthy to have a better quality of life, do you really believe it? If so, go on and take a chance. Go get that other job with them benefits and stuff. You ain't got to go back to that old job. Hey, get a job with some more benefits and some of this pandemic money. Go get that job. It's saying that with the Nine of Cups. Those are just some examples. You know what I'm saying? It's saying, okay, the card before the Nine of Cups is the Eight of Cups. This is something you've been obsessing over, and you know you have. You know you want to be in love, or you know you want to be married. You know you want to be in a committed relationship. You know it. You obsess over it day and night. You don't let it go. It's a part of you. Or you know that you can see yourself living your best life. You can see yourself having a better quality of life. You can see yourself providing better for you and yours. You can see it. I know you do. The card's saying you obsess over it. You dream about it. You sit up and plan. You got this little notebook somewhere where you scribbling and doodling, drawing pictures and images because you feel it. You all out in the stores shopping through the windows and stuff. You obsess over it. Obsess over it. But it's saying, just like it was saying earlier, it says sometimes you got to the card seemed to be saying sometimes you got to let go of something old that's wore out, played, ain't serving you no more. You got to make room. I used to hate that saying, but I can appreciate it relative to this reading. You got to make room. And so the tarot cards are saying here, and it's during the spring period, it's on you. It's obviously a portal is open. What is this? April? Okay, April, May. Okay. And they say about a 30-day period. It's a portal somewhere opened. I ain't look. I got to check the astrology out. But I'm saying it's a portal open. That, again, if you have released something from your life that wasn't serving you, that held you back, or that could not advance you, you let it go. And you done moved on with your life, and you've been planning and living your best life and organizing and being disciplined, whatever it takes. The details are very specific to your unique life story. It's saying, okay, that when that old thing try to come back, you ain't gonna want it. Some people already in that phase, already at that gate or threshold or portal. You ain't gonna want to be like, I got a vision, and you got faith, and you gonna move forward, even though it might be a little scary because you ain't never been here before. It's saying, okay, remember the other end of the spectrum, you're still holding on. It's saying this is the time to jump the line. Jump the line. Let it go. Let it go. And choose to move forward on a new established ambition, an aim, passion, and desire. And what should that new aim, passion, or desire be that you pursue? It is that which you've been obsessing over. If you want that relationship, then act like it. If you want to get married, act like it. If you want a career promotion, act like it. If you want to be educated, act like it and move on it. This is your time to jump the line. Meaning you ain't even got to go through the whole process. What could the whole process look like? I don't know. Moping, being sad, wasting time, years getting old, wrinkles, fat, or whatever. You ain't got to go through none of that. Just literally, but you got to mean it from your heart. This is the cups. You got to mean it from your heart. And you got to be passionate about it. And what? Redirect your energy on that which you are obsessed over. All right. Last card. The last card, I should have left it alone, but because this seems like it's going somewhere else, but let me check it out. The next card is the 8. Oh, what was that? Below? Okay. The last card is the 8 of Pentacles. Right? 8 of Pentacles in reverse, pointing back to the 7 of Pentacles. Oh, no. Last card. Very good. Makes sense. To that person, to these people, to the portion of the population that ain't let go. Every day, you're holding on to something old, hoping it coming back, or saving space for it, and it ain't coming back, or it ain't no good for you. It's not going to help you advance. It ain't going to make you happy. It's not going to pacify your physical, worldly want, needs, and or desires. It's not going to pacify your emotional needs. It ain't going to do it, is what it's saying. The 9 of Pentacles represents that very thing. The 8 of Pentacles in reverse, pointing back to the 7 of Pentacles, that very thing, 7 of Pentacles, that very thing that you were once in a partnership with, that had manifested in your life, and you lived out that partnership, whether it's a person, place, thing, circumstance, situation, whatever the case may be, that's very specific and unique to you. That thing right there is you don't have the 8 of Pentacles. You don't have the know-how, the capability to do what? Manipulate that circumstance or situation in your favor. The 8 of Pentacles talks about somebody who's a professional or an expert or very knowledgeable in a particular area and can master it. Very skilled. You don't have the capability. It is done. So you can sit there and wait all you want and miss this portal or opportunity that the spring period offers you to jump the line and get to the point where you are in pursuit of that which you really want, really, really want, and move forward with faith. That's the part you can't overlook. Don't overlook the part where it's saying that you have to have the faith. Why? Because it could be a trial. And I think it's a very small temporal trial for some to see if you really going to hold on to and say, I'm really going to let that old thing go. You're going to get what you want. This is the part. If you can't hold on to nothing else, I'm saying, you're going to get what you want. That love, that real live love. You're going to get what you want, that real life job promotion. You're going to get what you want. If you want the weight loss, you're going to get it. You know what I'm saying? You want the weight gain, you're going to get it. If you want to stop smoking cigarettes, you're going to get it. Or if you want to stop taking some type of narcotic, you're going to get it. But you got to hold on to the faith and to what is really inspiring you, that you're obsessing over. You must. You must in order to get it. Because again, I do feel like for some, there's going to be this period of trial. And it's very small, very minute, only a way for you to prove that you really are ready for what you say you want. Thank you all for coming here to Canadians Fly Tarot and allowing me to read the tarot cards for you. Until next time. Bye, y'all.